Hello again. This is Michael from Giotto Imaging Supplies coming to you with a dye sublimation tutorial video. Now, this is probably the most simple and basic of all dye sublimation. It's also probably the one that is the most common of all things that we dye sublimate. And that is the standard white 11-ounce mug. Pretty straightforward looking mug. It comes white and your job is to make it beautiful. So, how do we do that? Well, we start with imaging on our computer, and that is something that you can find a video for, probably link in the description or perhaps somewhere up in one of these corners, there'll be some kind of a link. And what you're going to do is you're going to get that printout and then you're going to cut it down. And you want to cut it down so that it is approximately the size of your cup. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So that it wraps it about where you wanted it to wrap at that end, that it comes up to the top and the bottom of the mug. In the case where you may have a full bleed, that is a solid color image from end to end all the way to all corners, you may want to give yourself a little extra on the top and the bottom just to make sure that you're definitely getting full coverage and you're not going to end up with some kind of unsightly seam somewhere near the top and the bottom. All right, so what do you do next? Pretty straightforward. There's two ways to do this, but only one for beginners, and that's what we're focusing on here today. If you're somebody who has been doing this a lot, you may be interested in my times and temperatures, but you know how to do this already. So what we're going to do is we're going to center that mug. Need my glasses for this. We're going to center that mug, center the image on there, and get it so that we have just about the space that we need on each side. Now, if this were a full bleed image, I might take a little bit off here and a little bit off here, but that would just be because my element will only come to about maybe another 1/4 of an inch less than my paper is now. But as you can see, I'm not using a full bleed image, so that's not actually going to be important for this one. All right, so now I'm going to tape that down. Really straightforward. There's not really like a secret to how much tape or how little tape you want to use. Just enough that it gets fixed on there good and solid and isn't going to move around. If you can do this and the paper is shifting, it's too loose. You want to make sure that it's tight to the cup. All right, now that our cup is prepared, I'm going to prepare one more, but you don't need to watch me do that. And then we're going to go on over to the press, and you're going to get to see these done on the press. See you in just a few moments. Okay, so we're all taped and ready, and I have this press here all charged up and ready to go. But before I just show you how that's all going to go, I also wanted to show you this press. This is our 7-in-1. It works very similarly to our single station mug press and really to just about every mug press. The mug presses are very similar to each other. The number of elements is usually the thing that differentiates one from another. So for those of you who have something that works horizontally rather than vertically, you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to slide that in. You're going to close it up. Hopefully you're going to get that pressure. Oh, that's perfect. And you can feel that's perfect because it's not wiggling, but it wasn't hard for me to yank back. I don't want to be pulling hard and yanking back on it to get that hard pressure that is actually going to ruin my element over time and may not even get me the best results, honestly. But if you do want it snug, snug's the right word, I think. And this mug should not be able to move inside of it. All right, so that'll show you there. My personal recipe for mugs, 370 degrees Fahrenheit for 220 seconds. Now, you may find that you can wiggle a little bit with both the time and temperature on your machine, and I do encourage people to play a little bit, find out what the best combination for them on their machine is. But for me, this has been what I use, and this is actually the same press that I personally have at home. It's a 5-station mug press. It's perfect for 11-ounce and 15-ounce mugs. In this case, an 11-ounce. All right. So I've already got this thing set for the right pressure, the time and temperature. It's already heated up and ready to go. So now it's just a matter of slipping the mug in, getting it in there and pulling. Oh, that's pretty good pressure. Feels right. And we'll see you in something like 200 seconds. Okay, so now we're at about 10 seconds left. There's really not a lot to do here except not burn yourself. Now, I'm not wearing gloves for this one because the handle won't be hot. The handle's fine. So as it's beeping, I open it up, I grab it by the handle, I'm fine. And then I'll come in here gently and just pull away. Right? And get a really stunning deep color result. Really happy with that. That looks good. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that vibrant color that is possible with dye sublimation. I would say that vibrant color is the reason why we use dye sublimation as a technique. Now, I would point out that this is our Parapeat premium paper I'm using. This paper is literally the best paper I've ever used. The release on it, when you compare it to releases that you're going to get on other papers, I have another example actually right here I can show you. This one's a little ripped up, but just take a look at the difference in the release. It's unreal. There's almost nothing left on here. You get a perfect release from this, which means that if you're using things like an Epson printer, you are going to be getting much better value with your ink release numbers. You can set your default at like the 67% Epson default rather than trying to up that up to get the higher saturations. This does that work for you. And I get about the same results out of this at 67% that I get a 90 on my Epson. So that just gives you an idea. Literally, guys, that's an 11-ounce mug. It's pretty straightforward. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to learn next. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tutorials.